All right, guys, here we are, our Sunday noon yoga recovery class, especially after our open workout this week, 21.2. I did it on Friday and I'm still feeling pretty sore. So if you guys are also recovering from your workout, this will be a nice chance to kind of just move a little bit, kind of loosen up, try to get some blood flow into the low back and hamstrings. That's going to be our focus today, okay? And then if you're jumping in to check out this class, just know that it will be saved to IGTV, so you don't have to do it right now. It'll be a 30-minute class and you can jump on and try it out whenever you have time, but we are really going to focus on that recovery from 21.2, so really nice opportunity to just try to stretch out and kind of recover from that workout, okay? All right, so go ahead and scoot back to your mat. We're gonna start in all fours tabletop. We'll go hands and knees. You can tuck your toes under when you land and just be real gentle with your body, especially if you're feeling pretty sore. We're gonna start with some really gentle cat-cow. So think 3 times cat-cow. Go ahead and just drop your belly down, heart lifts, chin up. And then exhale, round it out, push the mat away, lift your belly, just drop your chin down to your chest. Good, again, inhale, belly down, heart lifts. And exhale, round it out, push the mat away, round upper back, low back, belly button. Good, one more time. Breathe in, chin up. And exhale, round it out, press the mat away. Good, go ahead and walk your knees wide, toes together to touch, hands can go forward, and we're gonna drop back into child's pose. So be real gentle, nice slow breaths with this. See if you can drop your hips back towards your heels, and then just let your forehead rest down to your mat. So if you're feeling pretty tight in your shoulders, your chest, go ahead and walk your hands a little bit wider. You can even bend your elbows, like slightly goalpost those arms. We don't need to force ourselves into this position by any means. So nice big inhale. Feel your belly pull away from your thighs as you lift your low back up on that inhale breath. And as you exhale, see if you can drop your hips just a little bit closer to your heels. Try to relax through your back, through your chest. Again, like that. Breathe in. Belly presses yourself away from your thighs. And then exhale, drop down a little bit deeper, hips towards heels. One more breath like that. Breathe in. Let your body lift away from your thighs, belly breath. And exhale, drop those hips a little bit closer to your heels. Relax your upper body through your chest. Good, on this inhale, I'm gonna have you walk your hands back. I want you to keep your hips, your booty back on your heels. We're gonna block our low back, and we're gonna try to find that cat-cow just in our upper spine. So by keeping our hips down on our heels, we're really gonna try to minimize that movement in our low back. So hands are gonna be shoulder width apart. Go ahead and drop your chest through. Think cat spine here. We're thinking about just moving that upper back. And then exhale, chin to chest. Try to articulate your spine as you lift up through your upper back, but keep those hips down on your heels. We'll do that 2 more times. So breathe in, chest through, chin lifts, just finding that movement in the upper spine. And then exhale, chin to chest, round the upper back, press into the hands. Keep those hips down. Good, one more time. Inhale, chest through, chin lifts. And exhale, round it out, chin to chest, lift that upper back. And now walk your hands over to the left side. I want you to grab your left wrist with your right hand and then pull back into that child's pose, but now big side body stretch. So I'm gonna let my right elbow just drop down to the floor and just let your head rest on your bicep if you'd like, or forehead to the mat if that feels comfortable. But think about really pulling back into that right hip, getting that nice deep right body side stretch. One more cycle of breath here. Big inhale and exhale. Go ahead and bring yourself back through center. We're gonna bring ourselves up to tabletop. And now we're gonna block our upper back and try to find that articulation through just our low spine. So to do this, I want you to come down to your forearms. Now you can interlace your fingers. It's like you're coming into a headstand if you know that position. Otherwise, if you don't, it's no big deal. But you're just gonna interlace your fingers, drop those pinkies down, and then open your palms up like a book. I'm gonna have you put your head in your hands. It's just so that we can block that upper back. So drop your head down into your hands, and now from here, we're gonna come into that cat-cow. So head into hands, go ahead and drop the belly down, lift the booty up, and then exhale, round, pull the belly button up. Good, again, belly drops. You can tuck your toes under or leave them, toenails on the mat, and then round. One more time like that. Breathe in. Good, drop down. Good, and then round it out. Pull that tailbone in, lift through the low back. Good, from here, just walk your hands back under your shoulders. We'll go toes together to touch, knees wide, and now we're gonna take that child's pose with the left side body stretch. Left hand to the top right corner. Good, grab onto that right wrist. Did I say top right corner? Yeah. Pull the left hip back, and then just let your head rest on that bicep. However you wanna lean into this left side. Good, so just pull back through that hip. 3 nice deep cycles of breath. Good, continue to breathe. Breathe into your spine, into your side body. Make some space through your lats. Last breath here. And now when you're ready, we're gonna walk our hands back under. We'll find that tabletop position, and we'll find our way to downward facing dog. So if you haven't found yourself in this shape since your workout, it might be a little bit surprising, but go ahead and lift those hips up and just pedal out your feet. Just finding a lot of space across those hamstrings. Being really gentle with your body, little twist side to side. My youngest daughter taught me a very small yoga class this morning, and this was pretty much the only pose we did. So I have done this one already today. Good, when you're ready on an inhale, go ahead and lift your heels away from the mat, and then just drop them back. Think about bending into your knees and pressing your chest towards your thighs just for a moment, and then lift those hips up. Big stretch to the hamstrings. Good. Again, inhale, lift your heels. Bend those knees, drop your chest towards the thighs, and then lift the hips up. Good. Again, breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, chest to thighs, and then lift those hips up. From here, you're gonna walk your hands towards your feet. That might not be the nicest thing I've ever done in this class if your arms are pretty tired, especially after doing a gazillion burpees, but you'll be okay. Feet hip width distance apart. Go ahead and cross your forearms, pinkies to your elbow creases, and just sway. From here, obviously, nice deep stretch in the hamstrings, but see if you can minimize that by bending your knees, chest to belly towards your thighs, and we want to find a big, long line from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. Let your chin drop towards your chest, and just sway gently. Good, finding that space through the full backside of your body. Think heels, that line from heels all the way up through the hamstrings, up over to the crown of your head. Another cycle of breath, just nice and slow. I'm going to release your hands towards the mat, and we're going to roll our way up, all the way to standing. Nice big inhale is going to lift you up. Good. One vertebrae at a time, stack all the way. Awesome, go and reach those hands out and up. Make your feet nice and wide, nice strong base. Just get really broad through your chest. Lift up. And then exhale, reach those hands away. Just try to reach out through your fingertips, hands towards your hips. Awesome, we're gonna cross arms over. So I want to put the left arm on top of the right, grab for your shoulders. Then we're gonna take a T-spine car here. So go ahead and pull those elbows down into your belly button, around your upper back. And we're gonna try to keep the hips really super stable. So go ahead and just twist to the right. Pull those elbows into your right hip crease. Left heel stays down. Then we're gonna lift those elbows up, big circle. Cross up and over center, over to the left. Drop those elbows down into the left hip crease. Then I want you to release that left hand down towards your left heel, and right hand's gonna reach up and over, another big side body stretch. Reach out through the right fingertips, gaze down towards your left hand. And then that right hand's gonna lift you all the way back up. Good, we'll go the other side. So now cross the arms, this time right arm over left, grab for those shoulders. Elbows are gonna pull down into your belly button, around your upper back, chin to chest. And we'll do our T-spine car other direction. So we're trying to find the range of motion in our upper back. Elbows into that left hip crease. Keep that right heel down, right hip back. Lift the elbows all the way over to the left, feel that twist. We're gonna lift the elbows up, a little back bend in the upper back. Just like when we isolated that in our tabletop, pull the elbows down over to the right and then down into that right hip crease. We're gonna pause here, keep that left heel grounded. First, we'll reach the right fingertips towards the right heel, but then left arm's gonna reach all the way out like this little mini rainbow shape and up for that side body stretch. Awesome, keep dropping down through that left heel. Oh, I feel that all the way in front of my left hip. And then left hand's gonna reach all the way over. Awesome, inhale, reach out and up. A little back bend if you'd like. Hands through heart center, hinge at your hips, bend those knees, we're coming down into forward fold. Good, inhale, just halfway lift. Good. Like a little mini good morning here. Fingertips can be on the floor or onto your shins. And then exhale, fold. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Strong belly, supporting that back. Exhale to fold again. 1 more time, finding more space in the backside of our body. Inhale. And exhale, drop it down. Good, we're at the back of our mat. We're gonna walk our hands forward. Step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. And right away, just drop that back knee down. So we're in runner's lunge. Good, from here, we're just gonna find a little bit of space in this right hip through this hamstring. So we're just gonna take little circles of that knee around the ankle. We've done this before. Just think about tracing that ankle and working some space through that hamstring, through the hip. And we'll do 3 times each way. So just sending a lot of breaths and movement into that space. And once you get 3 times, we're gonna stop here for a moment. I want you to think about bringing your right elbow as close to the inside of that right heel as you can. Now maybe your range of motion just isn't quite what it normally is. That's okay. We're just gonna pull that elbow down towards that right ankle, and then on an inhale, open up to that twist. Pull the belly in, reach the right hand high. 2 more times like that. A lot of intention, a lot of breath. Elbow pulls down into that right ankle. Good, inhale, reach it up, press in the left hand, right hand reaches high. Good, breathe in, drop that elbow down into that ankle. And exhale, reach that right arm up. Good, from here, I want you to keep reaching through the right fingertips. Keep pulling that right knee away from your belly. Now tighten up your belly, so support your low back here. And now hinge this elbow and think about pulling the hand behind your head. So my elbow's pointing up towards the ceiling. Good, stay here for a moment. Try to open that chest. Externally rotated hip, chest is open, elbow up. Good, and then straighten that arm, pull that right shoulder blade down your back. 2 more times. Hand behind the head, elbow high. Good, straighten the arm. I'm gonna get you off that left hand real soon. Elbow bends, hand behind the head. Good, straighten up that arm. And then reach that right hand forward, toe heel this right foot between your hands. You're coming into half splits. Straighten that front leg just as much as you can. Nice, we're gonna come in and out of this 2 times. So inhale, lean forward. Press that knee forward. Space across this hamstring. Extension through that left hip. And then nice and slow, straighten the leg. 1 more time, breathe in. Knee forward, heart through. And then exhale, straighten that leg, and we're gonna hang out here. So whatever you need to get into a space where you can stay for a few cycles of breath. Think about the right hip continuing to pull back. So I'm kind of dialing this right hip back. I'm thinking left shoulder to my right pinky toe with just a little bit of a diagonal movement. But you can even reach this left hand over to the outside of the right foot if that's available, or just keep the hands on the floor. Each inhale, lengthen your heart, crown of the head forward, and each exhale, drop just a little bit deeper into that fold. 1 more time, breathe in, heart forward, and exhale, drop down a little bit deeper. Nice, on an inhale, go ahead and bring all that forward. We're gonna go hands around the front foot, lift the back knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Good, pedal it out when you land. Hopefully that right side's feeling a little bit better. Good, on an inhale, we're just gonna lift those heels away from the mat. Good, again, bend the knees, heart towards the thighs. And exhale, lift the booty up. Length through the back side of the body. Again, inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, chest to thighs. Good, straighten up, heels down. Breathe in, heels lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Breathe in, lift those heels down, hips high. Good, and then go ahead and roll forward, drop the knees to the mat, and we're gonna thread the needle. So right arm's gonna reach high, we're gonna stay on that right side of the body. Right arm reaches up, and exhale, reach it through. Good, try to hover that right shoulder away from the mat as you reach through, nice twist. And then inhale, come back up, reach up. Just approaching toward the needle, right hand reaches through, finding some space through that twist. And inhale, reach it up. Last time here, this time see if you can reach a little bit further. And then go ahead and drop that right shoulder down and just gaze back towards the left hip as you drop your head towards the mat. Now this left arm is your kickstand. So if you need to relieve some weight in that shoulder, push into this left hand. If you don't need this left hand, you can walk it up towards the top of your head. But either way, just see if you can roll a little bit of weight into that right shoulder. sending a little bit of breath. And I'm awfully shaky today. One more cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Go and bring that left hand under your shoulder. We're going to press ourselves up towards tabletop. And then go ahead and step the left foot forward. And we're going to find runner's lunge on the left side. And step the right knee back as much as you need to, and then Renee's just going to fall to the floor. We're going to find all of that space opening on the left side body. So from here, we're going to start with just those circles of the ankle around, or the knee around the ankle. So nice and slow. Just see if you can trace. My left side is definitely not happy today. I feel everything. Oh, one more side circle here. Good, and then switch directions. Nice and slow. Just trying to breathe some space through all the creak. It does not feel super smooth, the circle. But we'll work some breath into it and see if we can fix it a little bit. All right, from here we're going to take that elbow down towards the inside of the ankle. So be easy, gentle on your body. Good, not a lot of judgment here happening now. Just see how close we can get that to the floor. And then inhale, reach that arm up, but open through the chest and feel that twist. Again, we don't want to blow out through the low back here, so keep that belly strong. Support the low back as you lift that knee high. Good, again, exhale, drop that elbow down. Keep externally rotating that hip, and then lift that arm up. Open up through the chest or the hand. Good, one more time. Elbow down. Good, and then lift it up. Big breath. We're going to stay here, and we're going to hinge that elbow. So now the hand's going to come behind the head. Try to keep that elbow pointing up. You're trying to get as much space through this upper body as you can. As you continue to externally rotate the hip, remember to stay strong through the belly and straighten the arm. Really support it through this right shoulder. Hinge the elbow, hand behind your head. Gaze is up. And straighten. Just one more time. Keep externally rotating that left hip. That hand behind the head. Elbow stays as straight up as it can. Good, straighten the arm. Good, and then bring it all forward. Hands around that front foot. Toe heel the foot between your hands. And we're going to straighten that leg for half splits. Just drop into this for a moment. See how it lands on this side. And we'll work in and out of that space 2 times. Inhale, come forward. Press chest into the thigh. And exhale, straighten the leg. Good, one more time. Breathe in, pull it forward. And as you exhale, find half splits, and we're gonna linger here. And so see if you can just find as much space to the back side of that leg as you can. Whew. Now again, think about the left hip pulling back, right shoulder to the left pinky toe. Nice deep breaths. Each inhale, collarbones, heart forward. Exhales, bring you a little bit deeper into that fold. Options, maybe hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. Maybe not, maybe hands stay around the leg. Keep playing with that movement. It doesn't need to be fully static. With each breath, you can play a little bit with some intention. Left hip back, heart forward. One more cycle of breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, on an inhale, go ahead and roll your way forward, hands around that front foot, tuck your back toes. We're coming back to downward facing dog. Good, lots of space through the back side of the body. You already know where we're going. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, chest to thighs, bend the knees. Inhale, hips high. Good, drop the heels. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, chest to thighs, bend the knees. Inhale, hips high. And exhale, heels drop. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, hips high. And drop those heels down. Good, go and roll forward, drop to your knees. And we'll approach that thread the needle position. All right, so this time we're gonna go left hand high, lift up through your chest. And exhale, find that twist, really strong core, supports your back as you reach under, just as deep as you can. Good, again, inhale, left hand high, maybe a little bit closer to the mat each time. Exhale, reach through. One more time, breathe in. And as you exhale, reach through. This time the shoulder's gonna hit the mat. You know, just notice where you're at on the side, what you need. Send some breath into those tight spaces. I feel this all the way up my side body into my left hip. Now this right hand is your kickstand. Put some weight into it if you need to relieve some weight in the shoulder. Otherwise, it's gonna walk forward above your head. Chin can be slightly tucked. You're looking back towards your right hip just to keep the neck in a neutral position. Now notice where your weight is. So if you're leaning off to the right, you're kind of taking some weight out of that left shoulder. If you can, just notice if you can bring a little bit of weight back into that left side, almost leaning over to the left. You might get a nice deep stretch up over that left hip. Good, one more cycle of breath here. And when you're ready, we're gonna push into that right hand. Left hand's gonna reach up, just open the chest, and then drop that hand down to tabletop. Awesome, go ahead and walk your hands back towards your knees. Oh, perfect. I hope you guys are feeling better already. I think I am, actually. Reach that right leg forward. Left leg's gonna come in to the inside of the, oh yeah, you're on your seat. Did I say come to your seat? Come to your seat. Right leg forward. And we're just gonna take a gentle stretch up over this leg, but we're gonna do this for a little bit of a flow. So nice big inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lean up over this right leg. Inhale's gonna bring us back up to seated, and we're gonna exhale, twist over this left knee. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to come back to center, get tall. Exhale to fold. Good, inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then twist over the left knee. Up to the crown of your head. Good, one more time, back through center, and up and over this leg. Inhale, come back up, and then we're twisting over towards this left knee. You're going to bring yourself back to the middle, and we're going to go soles of the feet together to touch, knees wide like a butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Go ahead and grab around the soles of your feet, and then you're just going to lean gently forward. Good, now from here, if this is just so intense for your legs, hands behind. This is fine. If this isn't so bad, see if you can round your back. So pull your belly in. Think about head just dropping down towards the floor. Some people get close to their feet. I do not. But wherever you are, see if you can either round your back to relieve some tension across your spine, or we're just hanging out here in a nice seated position, okay? One more cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Go ahead and bring yourself up to seated, and then left leg out, right knee in. We're gonna go through just that little flow on the left side. All right, so sit up nice and tall, breathe in, and our exhale looping us up and over this leg. Oh man, I feel that in my right hip more than in my left hamstring. Right, go and come on up, and exhale towards the twist. Right, so just kind of checking in as we move through all these different poses, these different shapes. Inhale back to center, and exhale up and over. Sometimes slowing down can give you some indication of maybe where you just need to spend a little bit more time. Then I twist over this right knee. One more time. Inhale brings you over, back to center. Exhale up and over for this fold. Good. Walk the hands back in, and then we're going to twist over this right knee. And bring it back to center, and one more time, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Now you can keep those heels in or bring them out a little bit wider. It changes the pose. So whatever you feel like is fine, or maybe just try something new. If the feet are out a little bit wider, you might be able to drop down a little bit more and really round through the back, chin to chest. Or again, options are to bring those hands behind and pull the heels in a little bit closer, or anywhere in between. But give yourself just a couple more cycles of breath. Just breathe some space into the back side of the body. Good, let your shoulders relax. And when you're ready, go and walk your hands in. And then I want you to come all the way down to your back. Keep an eye on the time here. One of these days I'll remember to bring an actual clock. Go and come all the way down to your back. Whew. Good, go ahead and grab your knees, just grab your shins. We're just gonna take a gentle rock side to side. So it's like a little massage, which I think we all deserve. And little rock side to side. Good, and before we finish up, I really wanna do some articulated bridge pose. So drop those heels to the mat. We're gonna go hands by your hips. So we've done a gazillion cat-cows in all directions, but I want you to think about, we're gonna make that same movement. We're gonna do it from bridge, and we're gonna start with lifting just our sacrum, tailbone off the floor. So palms down. I want you to think about tilting your hip bones up towards your face so just your sacrum is lifted. And now one vertebrae at a time, we're gonna move into bridge pose. So with a lot of intention, strong core, think about lifting just L5, L4, L3, all the way up your spine. Continue to lift. Now move into that mid-back. Good. Can you move one vertebrae at a time with a lot of intention? Moving up your spine to the upper back. Good. Now don't worry about a big back bend here. That's not the point of this. What I'd rather you do is get up to that upper back onto your shoulders and think big hip extension, knees to shoulders. All right, so I'm opening up this front side of my body, strong core supporting my back. And then nice and slow, we're gonna come back down. As much intention as going up, you're gonna feel that core turn on. Mid-back, one vertebrae at a time. Feel it hit the mat. Until you work into that low back. Nice and slow, till that tailbone hits the floor. Right away, we're going again. Sacrum lifts, press into your palms. A lot of intention here. Think about lifting through that lumbar spine, one vertebrae at a time. Press into your heels. I know you're turning on your hamstrings. I know you're turning on your glutes. Your core is engaged. It's going to be okay. Lift up. Good. And then once you hit those shoulders, nice long line through the front side of your body, we're going right back down. Upper back. Stay in control. Mid-back. One vertebrae at a time. Use your core. Good. Till your sacrum, your tailbone hits the mat. Whew, my legs are burning. Okay, walk your feet out to the outside edges of your mat, and we're gonna windshield wiper those legs. So drop those knees off to the right and off to the left. And you can make your arms wide like a T. And just a little bit of intention to wake up that spine. Good, give yourself, there's a couple more cycles here. Just let those knees drop side to side. And then once your knees land off on the right side, we're gonna stay there. So knees over to the right. Now notice this left hip is internally rotating. Your left booty's lifting up off the mat. That's cool. We want to stay this way. So right hand's going to reach over towards those ribs. Left arm reaches out. And then see if you can let each exhale, your left knee gets just a little bit closer to the mat. And so we're finding that internal rotation of the hip. Big stretch up over that left hip bone. That's, of course, with the twist of the spine. One more cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Right, inhale, those knees are going to come back through center, and then just drop them over to the left. Notice that right hip is internally rotating. We don't go to this position often, but our hip should be able to internally rotate. So reach the right arm out. Go ahead and grab this left arm up over the ribs, which is a little bit of an assist with the twist in the upper back. You can grab onto those ribs, onto your lats, and just coax them over towards the left. Chin over to the right shoulder, and see if with each exhale, imagine that right knee could drop slightly, just a little bit closer to the mat, even if it's just the intention. Opening up space across the front of that right hip. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to bring all that back to center. And walk the feet back in, hug your knees back into your chest, grab around those shins. See if you can lift your booty away from the floor, more space across your back side of your body, more space across your spine. Big inhale, big exhale. And when you're ready, just roll off to one side, your favorite side, whichever side you like. I think we did perfectly, at least, look at that, 12:30 on the dot. Okay, you guys, I hope you're feeling great. I know if you're sore like me, I know that you need all the movement you can get. And after that open workout, you definitely deserve it. So take your time, breathe a lot, and you guys will do great, okay? I will see you in April, I guess. Keep your eyes on the schedule, the CrossFit Kilo 2 Instagram for when we'll be having yoga next. And check me out on Lean Power Yoga. You can find it there as well, okay? Have a great day. See you later. Bye.